Hello everybody, Bob6983 here, and we are back for some more Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. In the last episode, I'm assuming that we got here to Rustboro from Petalburg Woods. And in this episode, let's continue, searching Rustboro. Mostly, we're just going to be going to the school, but also there's an additional little route, whatever you want to call it, over to the right of this town that is kind of interest. There's some new encounters there. And aside from that, there really isn't much else. So realistically, we're just going to go over there and look at that. I don't think that... Well, no, there is one more house over here to the right, I believe. Yeah, if you're... Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's one of these houses. There's a trade that you can do in-game. It's not you two. There's another house. I know that there is. But usually that trade is there in case you don't have a strong Pokemon for fighting this gym. Yeah, you give nicknames, it's okay. Slackoth for Makuhita. So Slackoth is, again, the Pokemon with Truant. This is an okay trade, I guess. Makuhita, we're going to encounter it later on in the next island or the next area that we go to with the gym. It's a fighting type Pokemon. It evolves into Hariyama. But, I don't know. It's an interesting fighting type to say the least. It's not really, it doesn't really have good defense or special defense stats at all. The only thing that makes up for it, though, is its absolutely insanely high HP stat. Which, I mean, I guess kind of evens it out, but, like, I don't know. It's okay. It's a slow, strong Pokemon with a really high amount of HP, but the defense and special defense are pretty low. But yeah, Makuhita is just there in case you need a fighting type to fight against the rock type gym leader Roxanne over here. But we don't have that, and I would recommend just, if you're going to use a Slackoth, either go for the Vigoroth with the Eviolite or Slacking. Because either way, you're probably getting more bang for your buck there. I don't think he has anything of interest for us, so let's go over to the route over here on the left. The right, my bad. I'm bad with directions, even in English. There is an item that you can get up here up top real quick. It's not that... I should probably be using the other. My bad. I should probably be using this. It's not that interesting, if memory serves me right, but it's over here in the corner. Here it is, the zinc. These sort of items, we'll get into them a whole lot later where you can actually buy them. But I guess I'll do like a brief rundown. Zincs, maybe if you already know enough about Pokemon, you don't need to run down. But just for those of you who do need to run down, those types of items like zincs, proteins, and all that stuff specifically target your EVs, your effort values. To a common player, you don't really need to know about EVs. It's just a hidden stat that increases your stats. But for those of you who are a bit more into competitive and whatnot, or actually care about, I want these specific stats for Pokemon. Essentially, those are effort values that can increase your stats. I don't remember how many effort values it takes to increase a stat by one. Maybe it's about like 6. I'm not quite sure. Maybe 4 or 6, somewhere around there. But essentially, zincs, proteins, carboses, all of those sort of items increase those effort values by 1? No, 4. Somewhere around there. I don't remember. But yeah, that's what these items are for. If you need to up specific stats, this one specifically targets special defense, and you give this to your Pokemon, and their effort values will grow. But to a common player, you don't need to worry about it. Nothing really of importance. There's a Pokemon over here. What is it? I didn't hear the cry. If you will turn around, thank you. Oh, it's a Nincada! I feel like I was going to talk about Nincada, but I didn't do it properly. So, I guess while we're fighting youngster Joey, I will talk about that. So Nincada is a ground bug type. I said it was maybe rock bug, but it is a ground bug type. It's okay as a Nincada, but the real winner here is Ninjask, at least from my point of view. I personally think that Ninjask is the better of the two. It is an incredibly fast Pokemon to have on your team, and it has the ability Speed Boost? I think that's what it is. The same one that Blaziken will eventually get in the future. But yeah, that's essentially what Ninjask is. It's a really fast bug flying type. It's pretty good. But if you evolve Nincada while there is an additional Pokeball in your items and there is an additional slot in your party, then you get the additional Pokemon of Shedinja, which is a ghost bug type, I think, I'm not quite sure. It's something like that. Let me just double check because I have an app on my phone that I'm struggling here, but like I have these apps and tools that I literally have that I could just use to double check. It's a bug ghost. Okay, cool. And it gets the very interesting ability that only it has, which is I'm sorry, I'm blanking on Wonder Guard. There we go. Wonder Guard essentially makes it so it only takes damage from super effective moves. Shedinja only ever has 1 HP. That's basically the whole thing for Shedinja. 1 HP, but it never takes damage from anything unless it is a super effective move. So things like fire, things like dark. Let me double check. Yes, fire, dark, flying, ghost, and rock. So I guess that is your, in case you want to get like a bug ghost type, you can get Shedinja, but I don't know. I personally have troubles with Shedinja just because of the whole 1 HP thing, and then sometimes some Pokemon that aren't even those typings do get certain attacks that have that, and it's like, okay, so when can I bring out Shedinja? It's like, it's a game of just, can I maybe send out this Pokemon? Can I not? Like, it's too much. But I guess if you can get a handle on, knowing when a Pokemon would or wouldn't have a super effective move on it, then you can probably handle Shedinja perfectly fine. But I don't know. That's just my point of view. I'm not too big a fan of Shedinja. There are a few other encounters here that are brand new, such as Skitty. It's not that great of a Pokemon. I, for one, would have said, oh, maybe you should give. I'm gonna get rid of probably Growl. When Fairy typing was introduced, I would have said, oh, maybe Skitty could get Fairy typing, kind of like how Clefairy and Jigglypuff got Fairy typing. But no, unfortunately for Skitty, they did not get the Fairy typing, which is really sad. As much as I would love to say good things about Skitty, the only good thing about it is its design, unfortunately. It's pretty mediocre. It evolves with a Moonstone. It's not too good. This is a Tailo. Talos are pretty good. I don't know if I've talked about Talos, but they are essentially the fast bird of this generation. Really, really good, similar to Doduo Dodrio in strength. Pretty good overall. But yeah, that's all I can realistically say for Tailo. But yeah, it's a shame that Skitty and Delcatty, they got the short end of the stick when it came to the Fairy typings. Oh well. Maybe another day they'll get, I don't know, some boosted benefits. I'm not quite sure. And there is one more encounter that you can find on this route that is brand new, and it is Whismur. Whismur, and we are going to be using one. At least, I want to use one. Whismurs are pretty good, but from everything that I've heard from everyone else who play Pokemon, they don't really like the Whismur line. I don't know. They don't like it aesthetically. They don't like how late it evolves. They don't like the attacks it has. And I don't know. Quite frankly, I personally really like Whismur. And I think it's a pretty good Pokemon to use. But just everybody else always seems to be like, no, there's better Pokemon in the normal typing. It evolves into Loudred at level 20, and I believe maybe into Exploud at level 40. So it does take a while to get up there. But my point of view is, if you're playing, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, or Emerald, all your Pokemon are going to be about level 40, level 50 by the time you get to the Elite Four. So what's the point? Your Pokemon are going to evolve perfectly fine. I don't know. Like, you're expecting it to evolve super fast. I don't know. It makes no sense. Matter of fact, I feel like you would have Pokemon level 40 by the time you get to Lily Cove. Like, you're level 36 to 40-ish, around there, more or less. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the impatience of like wanting to have a fully evolved Pokemon by the time you get to, I don't know, by the time you get over to Lily Cove or by Winona. I don't know. But me personally, I don't know. I like the Whismur line. They're cool, and considering that a lot of normal moves that are based around, I guess, sound effects or noise, they all turn special. I'd like to believe that this line has nice choices for attacking. It's a mixed attacker with, I believe, when it becomes an Explode, it has an attack and a special attack stat of 91. So it's pretty decent. Let me double check that way in case I'm being stupid. But I'm pretty sure I did my homework on this one. Yeah, both attack and special attack are at 91. Its HP stat is 104. It's pretty good. It's pretty bulky. I'd like to assume, it's at least pretty good. Only weak to fighting, But oh, no wonder this battle's taking so long. You're using Leech Life 24/7. But yeah, that's why we're gonna catch one. This battle's taking a whole lot longer. I thought, I'd be done explaining and I'd be done with this battle, but this Nincada is taking way too long to go down. I did a little bit of research on Nincada because I was, messing around a little bit with resetting Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, and I found out that apparently Nincada is weak to almost all of the elemental I guess moves that you could have for your starters, except for grass. So sorry, Trico fans, this is another L for you all, but I don't know, just it's a shame that the Trico fans aren't getting any sort of benefit. I'm not quite sure. Y'all are the only ones who get a part dragon type later on, but I don't know, man. It's just I wish Trico was a bit better. Maybe if he got like a dual typing, maybe in like a future Pokemon game, like in Legends, I don't know, something like that. But that's just, I guess, food for thought. I've been thinking about what I want to name my party since I've started naming them all games that I have never played. So I think I know kind of what I'm gonna name the Whismur. Fingers crossed it's a male though, otherwise it won't really work with the naming scheme. Marigold, maybe I shouldn't have let out with Torchic then, or with Chocobo. This might not go too well. I'll just go with a regular old Scratch. Yeah, there's the Bubble, the super effective move. Maybe I shouldn't have let out with it. It's not doing too much. Sometimes Bubble, or I guess Bubble Beam, depending on which move I'm thinking of. It's probably Bubble Beam, but I think they usually lower your speed, but not really an issue. Anyways, I think now that I've covered everything that I wanted to talk about, now I can try to be funny, but there's only like 10 more. You are... yeah, I wanted to ignore that. I wanted to ignore talking about that and be funny, but This Meryl is using a strat that is no bueno. It's not very fun to be on the receiving end of. If you use defense curl and then use rollout, damn, this Meryl is really smart. Oh my god. Water sport weakens the effect of fire moves, so I can't use fire moves. I wasn't even gonna use fire moves, but it's wild that you're doing that. But if you use defense curl immediately before using rollout, then rollout power is strengthened. This freaking trainer, I don't know. She really must have wanted to like defeat me, because like, good lord, damn, you got fucking beef with me. I barely even know you, woman. Like, what? It's insane. But yeah, I think I know what I want to name this Whismer that I'm going to catch. If I even run into one, though. This next trainer that's coming up is a rock type trainer with a Geodude. They're a mountain hiker, whatever trainer, something like that. Mountain not biker, mountain backpacker. It's one of those many names that they use. So I'm gonna try my best to avoid fighting him. Zigzagoon, true. But yeah, there is a specific area coming up that has only Whismers in that cave. So if I can't find one in this grass, then I will most definitely find one in that cave. I guess that's going to be the episode when when I catch it, because there really isn't much more time in this episode for much else. I just spent the entire time talking about the new encounters in this route. But I don't know. Oh, there's a Whismer over there. Cool. I'm a big fan of their cry. Oh, it's level 7. It's a little weak, but I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get any higher level than that unless I specifically dex nav it. And quite frankly, I don't really care to dex nav it, if I'm being honest. Oh, it's a male! True! It's exactly what I was looking for. Now, Majora, I know you're not too strong, but please don't knock this thing out. Echoed Voice. Please don't do it a second time, because Echoed Voice doubles in power the more you use it back to back. Okay, cool. Pound. Nice. Okay, fingers crossed this goes well. I didn't even have time this episode to be funny, and I'm so mad about that. I did... Oh, true! You don't want to get in the ball just yet. This MFer still wants to take me to a Pound Town. It's insane that you got a crit. I'm going to have to swap over to the... Oh, wait, you don't have much HP. Dude. Well... Fine, we'll use a potion. I'm using way too many potions. But I mean, that's what they're there for. Okay, nice. There we go. Okay, now 2 for 2. Please. Please, get in the ball. You are in the yellow. Mr. Lemony Snicket. I'm not naming him Lemony Snicket. Okay, cool. There we go. There we go. He was a little stubborn at first, but there we go. So, this is a game that I have not played, but I have been wanting to maybe try out because it looks kind of fun. But I don't know where I could even play it. So, I don't know. I've just left it on the back burner. True, it's very small, very timid. It starts to cry when it becomes startled. And yeah, it cries harder and harder. And finally stops crying, the Pokemon goes to sleep all tired out. Very cutie patootie. Anyways, we're going to name you Parappa. Parappa the Rapper. This is what you watch your parents like. Oops. True. I'm going to go heal up just because, yeah, I'm not doing too hot with the HP so far. I know I used a few potions, but not doing too hot right now. Maybe I could fight some trainers in the gym. Whismer is pretty good at fighting these the Pokemon inside the gym, but I would like it to be a little bit higher leveled is the thing. So I'm probably gonna see if I can level him up via either the experience share or actually putting him out there. So this one has echoed voice. What is the... Okay, nice. You have soundproof. What is the lonely nature? What does that do? Give me a second. Lonely. The big L. I mean, that's okay, I guess. It's not terrible. It increases attack but lowers defense. I'm cool with that, I guess. It is a normal type, and it's mixed attacker. Fine, I could do that. But I don't know. Okay, Miss Ma'am of the Hour, Roxanne. And I'm not talking about the song by the Police, you know. You don't have to put on the red light. Not that one. Or that other song that came out recently. Roxanne, Roxanne. No, not that one. If I had to choose the song that was I'd be more cool with, I'd probably choose the one by the Police. I remember these, since, you know, I've gone on record saying I watch a lot of Simple Flips, but his fans did this thing where, you know, they'll always send in like song requests into his streams, but someone, or not just someone, but many people have done it on record, but they'll send in that song, but sometimes when it gets to the second Roxanne, instead of going Roxanne, it'll just keep going. It'll go until like the end of the song, and that's the whole thing. True, it do be not very effective, but that's what the multiplier is for. And we are not attacking your defense, we're attacking your special defense. So that's why we're here with Whismer. True. There we go. We're doing much more stronger damage. You're still going for defense curl. Look at this dumbass. No. It is kind of, you know, smart to do that. But, you know, at the same time, someone is going after your special defense and you're not attacking. There you go, buddy boy. Whismer's design is really cute. I really do want to draw Whismer one day. But I don't know. I've thought about drawing Whismer and a character that pops up later on in this game together. But that was when I was drawing traditional. And I have very much left that on the back burner. Maybe I'll visit it again. Astonish! Nice, that's a good move. It's a ghost type move. Geodude. I'll keep going since I already have so many echoed voices set up. There we go. There we go. Nice! Look at that. We're one level lower than this Geodude, and we're still doing heavy damage. And we're still going to outspeed this MF, and we're still going to take him out. Get him out of here! But yeah, I would like to say, even though like I used an Exploud on my original very first team, from my very first time going through Pokemon Emerald, it's better now that it has access to special attacks, such as, you know, Echoed Voice. And later on, I think you can get Hyper Voice. So yeah, that's why I'm really glad to be using Whismer. I also want to show you all, you know, oh, it's not bad. It's pretty good. But, I don't know. A lot of people have just their heart set on being like, no, I don't like it. And you know what? To each their own, but maybe we'll just take care of this one trainer and then maybe we'll go fight the backpacker again next time. But I think this will be the last fight that we do. I'll go in between, or not in between episodes, but next episode we'll go over to fight the backpacker, then we'll come back. And I think fight maybe one more trainer in this gym, and then we'll fight the woman of the hour. Maybe I'll train up Parappa a little bit more in between then, maybe like 1 or 2 levels. But, oh, okay, level 10 Geodude. Maybe we don't have to level up Parappa as much. But I still don't want to, you know, be caught with my pants down, especially considering that just now it did about 15 damage. I'm not quite sure. So yeah, this Geodude, yeah, I don't know. This Geodude's pretty tough. I don't think we can encounter Geodudes just yet, but you can encounter Geodudes later on in the game. We just don't have access to the move that would, you know, allow us to find them. But you can get them eventually. But, I mean, unless you have like another person to trade with, you can't ever get it to be a Golem. I guess you could do the same thing that I was telling you about Vigoroth, but just give it an Eviolite. But still, though, I don't know. I feel like you would just be better off having the Golem since it doesn't have the Truant thing going for it. Okay, Tommy, get your ugly out of here. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. Next time, fingers crossed, I'll be funnier because, yeah, I was just yapping about everything that was on this route for Pokemon, and I feel like I could have done a bit more than just talk, but it's okay. Next time, fingers crossed, we change that. So yes, until next time, I guess see you all then.